Welcome back to the channel. So I thought I would offer some views on my experience thus far with the new highway code rules. There's lots of discussion and very different comments in the comment section and widely varying views on whether these changes are a good idea or not. So just picking up one of those, and that is when a vehicle is to turn into a road, the vehicle driver should look to see whether there's any pedestrians waiting to cross, and if so, wait for them to cross. My humble suggestion is that that is going to cause confusion to everybody, both the driver, the pedestrians, and the vehicles behind the driver that is just not turning into the road, and the vehicles behind may not know why. Because I've been putting this into practice over the last few days. When I've come to a junction to turn left or to turn right into a road, and that I see pedestrians waiting to cross, whilst I'm indicating, I have stopped. Now, you're not supposed to gesture for someone else to cross the road. In fact, you're not supposed to gesture at all, even though many people do. So you're not supposed to gesture to the pedestrians, you may cross the road. But with the new rules, you are supposed to sit there and give way to the pedestrians waiting to cross. So as I say, I've been trying this out, and I have stayed stationary, waiting to turn into a road, whilst pedestrians are waiting to cross the road. And what we end up with, in my experience thus far, maybe your experience will be different, and you can tell me in the comment section below, but my experience so far is that the pedestrians have just waited. In one particular case, actually, yesterday morning, there was a lady and 3 children, one of whom was very small indeed. They all looked around, naturally, as we're supposed to do with the green cross code, looking left and right and waiting till it's clear before you cross the road. The mum's instinct was naturally to look around, spot that I was there waiting to turn into the road, and she told the children to stop and wait. And so, obeying the new rule, I waited for them to cross the road, and there was a good delay before they realised that I wasn't going to turn into the road. And so Mum started crossing the road with 2 of the children, but one of them, the slightly older one, remained behind, looking at me and looking at her mum as if to say, "Why has Mum started to cross the road? There's a car waiting to turn in, this is dangerous," and she stayed put. I felt that the natural instinct was to gesture for her to cross the road, but of course I can't do that because you're not supposed to gesture for anyone to cross the road or do anything else on the road. So this was something of, in my view, a dangerous standoff, because there was a mixed message between the mum crossing the road and in accordance with these new rules, but the daughter having clearly been told to wait if there is a car that looks like it's coming into the road, and so she did that. And so it was a few moments before she realised and made a choice, follow mum, rather than to wait for me to turn into the road. So then we might have the situation where the driver in my position, maybe waiting to turn into the road, doesn't know about these new rules or doesn't care for these new rules or simply refuses to follow these new rules and is going to turn into the road anyway. What happens then when mum has crossed the road with 2 children, but 1 child is left behind, and then the driver might think, well, I'm just going to turn into the road because this child didn't cross the road. But then if she crosses the road at the same time, that is going to spell disaster. So in my view, at the moment, from my experience, I stand by what I said in my previous video. I think this is going to cause confusion. So again, I'd be very interested in your comments in the section below. Let me know what you think. Let me know about your experiences. Let me know whether you think this particular rule is going to work. And as always, thank you for watching.